Okay, guys. This has been a requested video on resin, so I'm going to show you what I do. And let me just say, resin is toxic. The one that I use is actually non-toxic. Mine is also food grade, so you can eat off of anything that I make. These are the molds that we're doing today. I'm doing this little trinket box, alien head. This is a skull ashtray that I will be finishing. And then we have a little elephant and some geode. These are for phone grips. And then I have this brand new mold that I've never used before. It is basically a Ouija board for devil's lettuce. So, let's give all this a try. Here's the resin that I use. It's from the epoxy resin store. This one is part A. The one with the black lid is part B. Now, my resin is done in equal parts. So, I'm going to get out some plastic cups here. And let's pour some resin. I don't think I'll use those today. We'll just use a big cup. So, first thing, that is the part B, which is hardener. Part A, you will see, is very thick, and it is your actual resin. Because I'm doing a bunch of molds, I'm going to pour a large bit to be mixed up. So, what I'm about to show you is like the worst part of resin, which is stirring forever. Now, I use these silicone stir sticks. So, I'm going to pour this one in the bigger cup. Now, if I have to pour more resin, I'm just going to reuse these cups, so to measure. But pour in the resin, which is the thick, gloopy stuff. Okay, now we will get to stirring. Now, they tell you to stir slow because it prevents air bubbles. But I'm a little on the impatient side, so what I will do is stir this up, and then I will use a heat gun to get bubbles out. Now, the first one I'm going to do is the skull ashtray, because that's a finishing product. So, I just need to pour, this one is going to be green and purple. You can see I've already poured the green. It's set up nice and hard. Now the top portion of this, where the skull is, and the rest of this is going to be purple. So once I get this mixed up, which is like forever, then what I'm going to do is pour this into a smaller cup and add the coloring, because none of the other things that I'm going to do is going to be purple. I'm doing neon green for the alien head. The elephant is pink. This one doesn't have a specific color, so it may be a combination. And then I need to make some of the pop socket molds, which are going to be, we're going to decide red, silver, green, blue, maybe a mixture of those colors. Mostly what I'm going to be using is alcohol ink, except for the neon green alien head. That is going to be a mica powder. The elephant is not going to be, I don't have a mica powder in pink, so we'll use alcohol ink. This one I haven't decided yet, of course, and this one's just, I got it out because it's one of my newer molds and I wanted to pour it and see what it looks like. Now, when you're stirring this up, you should, if it's mixed, it should be completely clear and not have a whitish in it, but this still does, so we're going to still stir. I'm looking around at my glitters and everything to see, because I might put some glitter in these. Maybe this, maybe this. Maybe some glitter in the elephant. I do, it'll probably be a white, just for sparkle. Let me make sure that my heat gun is plugged in. Yes, it is. So here's my heat gun. I'm just going to hang it down here for a minute. I can get to it quickly. You want to make sure that you get all the way around the sides really good, and the bottom. Make sure it's mixed good. And like I said, the bubbles will take care of those. Let that sit for a second. Grab my heat gun. You can see that there's all kinds of bubbles coming up to the top. So we're going to use the heat gun here. And now, the bubbles will keep rising to the top, but what I'm looking for is that clear. Make sure I have the side scrape, bottom. They say you should mix this 3 to 5 minutes slowly. We're doing the fast version. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to find what I need. The alcohol inks are already sitting up. Ooh, look at all that. That's all brand new glitter. What I'm looking for is my green mica powder, because that's going to be for the alien. organize my drawers again. I organize them and then end up putting more crap in there. So guess what? They're now unorganized. Found my green. There we go. We'll leave these new glitters out because they have some really cool colors. This one's called Kaleidoscope. These resins I got from an Etsy seller. Whoa, can't talk. From West GA Vinyls. They have really good glitters. So this is Kaleidoscope. This is Purple Glimmer. This one's called Biggie, and it's a silver. This one is called Buzz Green. And then this one is called Cloak, and this one is a black and red. So it's really cool. So I think I'm going to use this for some of the geodes. I'm probably going to do this one in this Devil's Lettuce Ouija board, because of course it needs to be green. And then I'll figure out what I'm doing for the rest. But we'll put those aside right now. And that one. And let's see, I've got all my alcohol inks sitting up over here. So here is purple. And then this is a pink. It's a pinkish purple, but we'll got that working. And then I have, what else do I want? There's a nice pearl green. Let's see what we can do with that. And blue and red. Let's see. This is a really pretty blue. And then here's another purple. We might make a mixture. All right, let's see what we got. Oh, and I do have a plain pink down there. It is a pigment dye. Oh, that's the purple one. Must be on this side. Now, what I also will need with alcohol inks, sorry, I'm moving the camera, is white, because this is my resist color. White, black, gold, silver, all do the same thing, and those are the colors that push your other colors down. Now remember, everything you do in this type of resin work, everything's upside down. So you have to think upside down. What do you want on the bottom? Are you going to do multiple layers like this one? So because this one was a Joker style with the green and the purple, I only did part of the mold in green. The rest, you have to wait for it to set up, which this one is. And then you can pour your color on top. If you pour it before it's set, the colors will mix together, and that's probably not the look you were going for. Okay. This is looking pretty good. I'm going to get another cup up here. Because I'm going to pour some of this resin into this cup. This is a big batch of resin, so I'll probably need more, but we're going to start with this. Make sure I have enough to finish that skull ashtray off. Okay. And now I'm going to set this one aside. the other thing you want to have on hand is baby wipes. Baby wipes are your friend. They will help you if you have a problem. You spill some resin, you want to use baby wipes to clean it up. Just heating up this resin, getting some bubbles out. Okay, let's do this. There's still bubbles, but we're going to do the heat gun on the mold once I've poured it. So we're doing purple. Let's do some purple alcohol inks. Now I'm not going to put any glitter in this because this is for a guy. So they probably wouldn't appreciate my glitter. But let's see what color we end up with now. No, Clyde, you can't come up here. No, you gotta get down. One of my cats wants up here. I think he's trying to go to the window. Clyde boy. Mom's got him. You can't just come up here. I don't know where you're going, but okay. Oh, we're getting there with purple. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's a nice purple. Yes. Resin's expensive, so you don't want to waste it. That's why, if nothing else, I do have a couple of pop sockets that I need to make for somebody. But there's always extra holes in case I don't have. Okay. Oh, yes. Pour that in there. Make sure it's to the top. Now, because, like I told you, you work from the top up, but what this was is the skull is actually the ashtray when you turn it over. So that's why we did the skull in purple. It's looking good. I'm going to blow some bubbles out as soon as they start rising. I'm also going to add a little extra purple. Now, I'm going to want to push that purple down. So, I have a great big brand new bottle of the white. You don't want to really pour from this bottle. So, I am going to dump this little bitty funnel. Dump some of this into here. Okay. Back. And then that over there. There's the there we go. Clean up my little spillage. Alright, so now we're going to put some white on the top to drive the purple down. The other thing I'm going to do, grab the heat gun and start getting the bubbles out. I'm actually going to do more purple in here. I want to make sure it's dark purple. Tomorrow I might do a part 2, and that will be the unmolding. So for the moment, I'm going to put the cap on my little bottle here. And we're going to let that sit. And as the bubbles come up, I'll keep going with the rest of everything, and then I will just use the heat gun on it as I need to. So I think next we will do some, let's do the alien head. He's neon green. So, and these molds don't take very much. So what I will do is pour a little bit into a cup. And I'm going to use my little cups here. This is going to be more than enough for that mold, I would think. It's not very deep. Stir it up a little bit, make sure. And this one's going to be the neon green. So we're going to use the mica powder. This is a Pearl-X green. It's a pretty green. Get another one of my silicone sticks and do some green. Mica powders are pretty strong, so you don't need a lot. Alright. Tap back. Let's see what color green we have. There we go, look at that. Pretty green. So, put that out of my way. Let's pour the alien. Resin is self-leveling as long as your surface is level. But if your surface isn't level, then what you can do is you can see which way the resin is moving and just put a popsicle stick or something under it. Now I'm going to take out just a little bit of this because it went over his eye, but you can, even if it does, you can fix that after you demold it. That's going to be so thin you can pop it right off. But let's see what. There we are. Okay. Now I'm going to leave that sitting there. And again, the bubbles will start appearing to the top, and we will just blow them out of there with the heat gun. There we go. Okay. Now, since I have some left over, I'm going to go ahead over here and pour some in one of these geomolds. Now this one obviously isn't going to be full. That's okay, because I'm going to add other colors to it. Okay. There is your green. Now, you just want to work that. Go. You see what's happening over here? See how the white is dispersing and it's actually pushing that purple down in? Just going to continue to leave it. There are going to be some more bubbles that come up, but right now it's good. It's looking good. You can see the alien head. It's going to one side. Obviously, this part is not level. Take a popsicle stick, put it underneath, and that's going to level out your if you need two, put two. I'm working at, that's a silicone mat, so it doesn't matter because any resin that gets on it, you're going to be able to just knock it right off. Pick it up when it's dry. Let's Another stick under there. There we go. There we go. That should do it. Use a baby wipe, clean off your stick. Now I can go around this way and get all that. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes. See where we're at. Like I said, if the eye is covered, you're going to be able to pop that out because it's going to be very thin. Push it towards the edge. Overfill, overfill. That's okay. Okay. Now, let's do, I guess we can do the pink. Let's see if we can make a good pink color. I'll just continue to babysit this and push the resin around. I may even take one of the sticks back out or lower it a little bit. I said resin's expensive, you don't want to waste it, so you see me putting a little bit over here. I'm cheap. Okay, let's do, yeah, we'll do the elephant real quick. Another little cup. See how nice and clear that is? Okay, let's see what we get with pink. See if we can make this a nice pink color. Oh, this is a purple, so we're going to be mixing some purple. And then I'll mix some white in here. And then we should be able to get a pink. Tea. Let's see. A little white. little too light. Now some white. Now let's see what I got. So if you mix alcohol ink, that's different than dropping color and then pushing it down. I'm mixing my white and my purple to get a somewhat pink color. Let's try a little more. I'm not happy with that one. Okay, let's see what this looks like. You want to make sure it gets up into the little tusk. And these are made to be keychains, so there's your, and then that's your eye, or no, that's your trunk where it's going up. And you see it's moving its way down into the feet. Pour a little bits more. I don't want to overfill it like I did the alien. So, let's see. Okay. I'm going to use that little bit, but I'm going to add more purple. I'll also add more of the stronger purple. See how much stronger that purple is? Ooh. And I'm going to pour this into this mold. We're going to do a couple different colors in this one. So let's pour the rest of this in here. Okay. Now, I have a little trash pile going over here on the side. I'm going to clean that off with that silicone stick. And let's go ahead and mix the colors to finish off this tray. So I think what I'm going to do is that purple and what should I do? Let's try debating. I think I want to actually try this blue mica powder in there with that purple, and then I'm going to put some silver in it. So again, let's get another small cup. Buy the little cups and your solo cups and everything from Dollar Tree. They're a lot cheaper. Now, the resin gets hot. This cup is getting warm. And I'm holding it up here and I can feel the heat. That means your resin is starting to set. So, let's get on with it. Okay, look how pretty that blue is. I love this blue. So now I'm going to pour some on this side. And then on this side. Now, I'll show you what happens when you do a heat gun to this. Okay, the rest of this one is going to go right into a mold right here. It won't fill the mold, but I'm using it up because one of these was going to be blue and silver. Oh. There we go. Wipe this off so I can use it again. Now, I am going to clean up the alien again. You just keep working with him. Okay, so heat gun. Let's put the lid on this, otherwise I'll have a full dust of blue. And so you can manipulate this to mix. Do light around the alien head, and we're going to do this one, make sure we don't have any bubbles, and we'll do the elephant while we're at it. I'll also come over here and do these. Okay. Now, what we have left here is I got to make a couple more of these. And I also have to make this tray, or this Ouija board. Well, the Ouija board's not necessary, but, you know, I want to do it. Just because it's a new mold. So, I'm just going to move it around a little bit. So I have room. There we are. Okay, so we've got the pot leaf is your planchette for this board. Now, this is how much I have left. So I think, because this is getting ready to, it's getting hot, so I want to make sure that I am able to use it. Don't want to waste it. So I am going to do the green directly in here. There we go. I got 2 sticks in here. That's okay. Let's get rid of this one. Baby wipes. Baby wipes. Baby wipes to the rescue. Okay. Here we go. This is the last of this resin. So I will have to make another batch for this and to pour what I need to over here. Let's see where we're at. Okay, this one is not going to take much resin, and we're going to have to be really careful because it is a little mold. Okay, let's see. Make sure it gets up into all your leaves, clear to the edges. You'll see right here it's not. So just drag some down in there. Got it covered. Now I do have some left, and because it's getting ready to set, I'm going to start pouring it because this is going to be green anyway. So I'm going to start pouring this one in here, and then I'll do another batch. Another batch of resin. Okay, most of it's gone. Set that right there real quick. Trash cups over here. And let's do another batch. Once again, this is the hardener. This is the thick, loopy stuff. Okay. New cup. clean off this side, because not all of this is going to be green. So if you're starting out, you don't know how you'll react to resin, definitely wear gloves. I always make sure that if I get it on my hand, I take baby wipes, wipe my hands down. And now we're stirring again. Just stirring up. I said this is the worst part of resin. My hands break for a minute. And decide where I'm going with this. That's looking good. Looks like it's going a little bit over to this side, so I'm going to prop that up. It's not quite to the top, so what I can do is I can pour some clear glitter on it, because I'm sure I'm going to have some left here. That purple go. There it is. I put more purple in this one and more white to push this purple down. And as soon as I get out my heat gun, I'll heat that up and move it around. Okay, let's keep stirring. Still needs more stirring, but I am going to heat it up real quick. Get some bubbles. Now let's do this. Okay. Make sure you scrape it. Getting there. Oh, hands hurt. Now on this one, that's gold. Here's your silver. Silver does the same as white, except for it's silver. But you gotta mix it up really good. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. So, in these greens, I'm going to put some silver, and silver in the blue. I'll do some more silver here. Now, that's going to cause the blue and the greens to stay under. What we are going to do is do a little mixy here. Some swirls. Some swirls. This one isn't full all the way, so we're going to do that. And let's wipe this off so I don't get any green in my blue. And we're going to do some swirls. And then I'm going to put clear on top of these. Except for this one, which is already full. So, let those sit. Okay, only a little bit of white left. There we go. See that? Pretty clear at this point. Grab 2 more of my little cups. Because the first thing I'm going to do is pour some clear on these and that one over there. There we go. You can see bubbles rising. We're going to hit this with the heat gun real quick. And now let's pour a little bit in here. I'll lower this for a second. See how we're doing. Okay. Now let's pour some clear on top of these. Hey, cats are being rambunctious. Try and get a couple dabs in there. Okay. So, now what I will do is take a popsicle stick. Again, get them at the dollar store. And we're gonna use some little swirls in there. Okay. Wipe it off. Reuse, reuse, reuse. Now you see how thick this one's getting? Yeah, it's starting to really set, so this is the last chance I have to mess with this one. Okay. There we go. Now let's pour some more in here. Give it a quick stir. And alien eye, get off there. Okay. Now we're going to mix in more green to do this Ouija board. Extra green in there. Good. Okay, let's pour this. Need a drink. There we are. Okay. Now, I'm debating whether I want to put another color in this one. So I'm looking around to see what I have. I'm thinking... I'm thinking maybe that blue. What do you think? That one's really pretty with the blue and the green. The purple and the blue. I want to try the blue with this one. So let's, oh, where's my blue? Okay. Stirring some blue here. Now, what I'm also going to do, I am going to try one of these glitters. Let's do kaleidoscope. So I'm going to pour this into here. Let's see. Oh, I think that's going to be pretty. All right, let's pour on this side. And this side. So now, let's grab the heat gun and move this resin around. Now, I'm going to leave it alone for a minute because resin will move on its own and change its shape. This end's a little low, so get a popsicle stick in there. Now, I'm going to use this and I'm going to pour into here. Now, I have I have one spot left in pop socket mold, the GM pop socket mold. I'm just trying to see if we're got everything moved up. Okay. Oh, you're being a pain in my butt. There we are. Nope. There we are. This one's starting to thicken up, so it's a lot easier for me to get the resin out of the places I didn't want it. Okay. Look. It's looking pretty good. Let's see. I have part of a cup left. So I'm definitely going to pour another geode over here. And what am I going to do for color on that one? Let's do silver. While I'm thinking, I kind of put stuff away, so I'm just debating biggie. Now let's put these away. I think I'll do cloak. Cloak is the black and the red. So let's pour another cup of resin over here. Okay. Now, okay. I'm going to do this last. This isn't a geode, this one's just an oval. But let's do it with some cloak and what color do we want for it? We end with the cloak. Let's see what it looks like on its own. Okay, let's see what cloak looks like. Might have to add more. Maybe not. No, you can't come up here. Oh, look at that. Oh, I kind of like that. Let's go with it. Don't talk back. You can't come up here. Bear, no. No. Go over there. Okay. Bear. You're determined. Okay. Now, I have some little molds here that I think we're going to try. Earring molds. These are new. It's different sizes. So, get out of there. So we have small, medium, and large. Now, I don't have room on my mat, so I am going to, these are going to have to be done right over here on the edge, on the table, and okay. Cloak. Let's pour some cloak into these. Now, let's try and move that off of the leaf. And this one, you see, isn't going around this. Just pull that back and make sure you get some resin up in there. Same thing here. These are earrings, so that's going to be the hole for the fish hook. Make sure that's all the way up in there. And then just scrape down your leaf. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal because you're going to get such a thin amount on there that when you demold it, it's probably going to break off anyway. There are those. I still have cloak left, so let's pour the medium ones. Down in there. For the little ones, these aren't going to take much resin at all. You're pouring into these little bitty ones. It's a mess. It's hard to do. So don't worry too much about it because that's what these are for. Push that. Make sure you're down in everywhere. Push it away from the leaf. We have a little bit left. Make sure that this gets up in there where your fish hook is going to go. Yeah. See if I can put a little more into this one over here. I'll pour a little more clear on top of this just to make sure that we're topped off. Remember, this is the bottom. I have a little bit left. look around and see if anything needs to be topped off. Same for these. Okay. Okay. I think we're all topped off everywhere. I do have some resin left, so I will grab another mold. Okay. Make sure I'm good here. Dropped a shop right there. Okay. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is pull out another mold. Looking around. Need a semi-small one. That takes way too long. These are all my new molds down here, so let's see what we got. There's some I don't think I have enough for, and others that I think I have too much for. Let's see what we got. Yep, here's another one of my new ones. And so we'll do that one. Pour this one first, and then we'll go from there. This one's the Grim Reaper. It's a keychain. So what I'm going to do definitely going to do cloak in this one. Seems appropriate. cover this up. Let's see. Now, this one's going to be really hard. It's got lots of detail, so you're going to have to make sure that your resin is everywhere, including around this keychain part right here. So, make sure you got all your little frayed edges down here. And you'll see it's pouring into here. We still haven't gotten any up in here yet. That one's going to be a booger because it's really small. So is the sickle. This might call for a popsicle stick. Pulling back the little nub that's in there so that I can get some resin around there. Same thing that I did up here. Just put your popsicle in there, open it up a little bit, and here we go, heat gun. I'm just going to hit everything. See, this is starting to set up right here. Not moving as much. About the keychain part here. Make sure I can get some resin down in there. That one might take some Dremel work, because I almost have to overfill it to make sure it's down in there. Okay. Let's see. See how much I have left. Not much. Not much at all. Okay, so I have a little bit of cloak left, and I have a little bit of resin left. If you hear sirens, planes, I live next door to the post office, and one building down from that is the fire department. And we live in the flight path for the Air Force Base and for the commercial airlines. So, if you hear any of that, just ignore it. Okay. Now I'm debating. What other little... Heavy. Let's okay. This is a baby Yoda mold. So, in the clear, let's do... I think he's got like a beigey face, right? Sure. We'll go with that. Let's go with... This is buttercream. It's the closest thing to beige that I have at the moment. So let's see what it looks like. Okay. As for this for his face. Okay. Now we're going to use that green again for his ears, or whatever they are. I wonder if I can get a cup apart. There we go. I'll leave just a little bit of clear in there in case I need to add some. We're going to do green. Okay. Okay. Let's grab the heat gun. You can see we have some bubbles in the Reaper. Take those out. Right over here. That's really starting to set now. It doesn't move. Same with all the first ones we pulled, that we poured. So now, pour this a little bit. Make sure his face is full. There we go. Hardly any of this left. Hardly any clears, so. And I'm out of table space. Now, this will take at least 24 hours. So tomorrow, we'll be demolding. And we'll see what we have. Thanks, guys.